to McKnight Tonight. Here's Rob McKnight.
Hello, I'm Rob McKnight. It is Monday, the 2nd of March. 2nd of March. Can you believe it? 2026. How was your weekend? Did you get up to much? Well, I went to my youngest daughter's graduation for acting. It was a lovely night. We got to see all the kids and their show reels and everything like that. And they even walked the red carpet. Now, if you want to know anything about my daughter, Genevieve, I think this video might tell you everything about our relationship in the way that she just won't listen to her dad. She's on the red carpet. I'm trying to get a photo. There's the official photographer there, and and I'm trying to get a photo as well. And her mum is shooting video. Amanda's shooting the video. You know Amanda. She's here every night. Let's have a look at the video.
Well done.
I didn't get the shot, and she wouldn't stop. She thinks I'll just stop for half a second. That'll be enough for you, Dad. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not that good. And look, in fairness to her, she was obviously thinking about the other people and trying to get a move on, but she couldn't stop for one photo. Let's just say it's a blurry mess. Dad didn't get the shot. So, thank you, Genevieve. I hope your weekend was a bit better than mine. Although Amanda and I, we got into a bit of trouble because we went up to the bar, and they did it at a events gold class. And we went up to the bar and said, "Oh, we'll get a Shiraz, thanks." And they said, "Small or large?" And of course, I went large. And anyway,
it was gigantic.
It was 250 not mils, yeah, and they poured it in, and even I went, "Well, that's a big one." But you know what? We buckled down and we drank it, and then got another one for good measure. Hey, you can help support the show by going to YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/@McKnight Tonight. You can show your support by becoming a subscriber, and that way you can join the live chat. We love it when you join the live chat, and you can say hello to the McKnight Tonight team. McKnight Tonight team, they feel like a team. It's a community, but it feels like a team. And you can get to know them, leave your own thoughts. We love your thoughts. And if you're watching on delay, please also leave a comment so that we know what you're thinking. So just go to youtube.com/@McKnight Tonight. All right, this is what is coming up tonight. Karl Stefanovic makes a remarkable COVID confession. The television host now says he regrets supporting the vaccine messaging. Then Trump Tower on the Gold Coast. The mayor dines with US President Donald Trump on the taxpayer's dime, and there's even talk of a tunnel to the beach. And later, Prince Andrew's scandal. It's now taking a physical toll on the king. All right, strap in. It's Monday night. Let's get into it. Today's show presenter Karl Stefanovic made a startling admission over the weekend, showing remorse for his part in the COVID vaccine messaging. Have a look at this moment from the Karl Stefanovic show.
Can we talk about COVID for a little bit? Because it's often mentioned in the comments. Like I said, I read them all because I'm genuinely interested in how people view things. The one thing they say about me is that I supported the COVID jab. And I have regrets from that time.
Yeah.
And I am definitely sorry for the role I played in not questioning the science, in not questioning more the government mandates. And I feel like I isolated people because of that. And I don't think the media should be involved in that kind of messaging. What I do believe is that we should have been there to offer some sort of education, but we shouldn't have taken that step further and been a part of a campaign. And I'm legitimately sorry for that, because I don't know how that would have felt for people out there.
Good on him. I mean, it's not often someone in his position will admit to a failing like this. But in fairness to Karl, I think it was really hard in the media to go against the narrative. It is the one time people always say, oh, the media all conspires and gets together. They don't. That's just not true. But this was the closest we ever came to it. In the media at the time, you weren't allowed to talk against the COVID vaccine. There was just sort of it was an unwritten rule. We had organizations letting people go because they wouldn't take the vaccine. People lost their jobs. I mean, across all sectors, not just media. But I'm focusing on the media because that's what we're talking about here. And I saw good people who have never worked in the industry again. They lost their jobs because they would not take the COVID vaccine. And it's weird when you think about it. It was the first time in our life we really lost choice. Because if you didn't take the vaccine, you were essentially a pariah. You couldn't go to clubs, you couldn't get into pubs, you couldn't do anything socially because you had not followed government orders. And Karl openly admits he was part of the messaging of that. But I was working in radio at the time, we were part of the messaging. And even if you had concerns, you would have been blasted if you went against it. And you had really high profile figures that would have attacked you for going against it. Now, that's not a reason to not go against it. I've been attacked most of my career for going against the grain. But I remember when I did the Spotlight special on after COVID, and I've talked about this before, but there is a symbol the TGA uses, the Therapeutic Goods Australia, that indicates that if it's a new product, that it hasn't been fully tested. And the COVID vaccine had that symbol. I think it's a black triangle from memory. And when we were doing this after COVID special for 7 News Spotlight, a audience member, and we had the audience asking this expert panel questions, she made this point. And because it was pre-recorded, I did my due diligence. I went and researched it. I found out she was right. But it was cut from the special. And I fought for this because I said, why are we cutting it? This is interesting information. And they said, but we don't know who she is and what her agenda is. And I said, what does that matter? What she's saying is factually correct. But it was cut out. And I still think about the person who made that decision and wonder, is it because she was going against the COVID narrative? And it's a dangerous thing when the media becomes complicit in government messaging. That's a really scary thought when that happens. Now, good on Karl Stefanovic. He's saying, I did it, I have regrets, and he'll learn from that. But as our media becomes more concentrated, how do we beat this? You know, people wanted to come into Queensland. There were high-profile Sydney presenters having a go at Queensland for not opening its border and letting COVID in. Up here in Queensland, we were happy as Larry. We weren't having the lockdowns that Melbourne and Sydney were having. We had, 2 weeks of lockdowns maximum? It was something like that. But we were going to parks. We were having birthday parties. We were living a normal life. But then we had high-profile people on radio and television having a go at Anastasia Palaszczuk saying that the barriers must come down. And I always wondered, who was that for? Was it for the people of Queensland? Or was it for the people in Sydney who wanted their Queensland trip to their holiday homes? I always believed it was the latter. And yes, there were bad decisions made. You know, kids not being able to be reunited with their parents and things like that. There was just crazy stuff. Bad decisions were made. But on the whole, Queensland supported Anastasia Palaszczuk at that time. She won an election on the back of it. And then, straight after the election, she dropped the border. But when we talk about the messaging of the media and the government, there does have to be a line where you cannot just be a mouthpiece. People like Karl Stefanovic should be asking the Prime Minister. People like Karl Stefanovic have access to the Prime Minister of the day, and he should be asking him whether these vaccines are the right way to go, whether they should be mandatory, whether people should be stopped from living their life, because the vaccines don't stop you getting COVID, as we now know, although I feel like that's what we were sold at the time. They reduce the effects on you. So why does it matter if I haven't taken the vaccine and I'm still in public? Doesn't stop you from getting it. You take it for self-preservation. In fact, the wearing of masks was a society thing that we do for other people. It wasn't protecting me. If I had COVID, it was doing something to protect the others around me. And I was on that path. But this is real. This is a turning point. And this is the point I think we'll recognise that those that we look to during a time of crisis now regret their actions, and it should make us think when there's another crisis. Nope, that's not going to be a controversial take at all, is it? Let me know your thoughts at youtube.com/@McKnight Tonight. That's youtube.com/@McKnight Tonight. And let me know your thoughts about this one, because I'm sure you've all seen that President Donald Trump plans to build a tower on the Gold Coast. It has certainly been making a lot of noise up here on the GC. In fact, it turns out Mayor Tom Tate had dinner with the president to discuss the tower. And guess what? It was all paid for by taxpayers.
G'day, Tom, all the way from LA. A bow tie, walking a blue carpet for G'day USA.
We got a lot of glitter on the Gold Coast too.
But it was a golden moment at Mar-a-Lago which has everyone talking. Dinner with Donald Trump during a trip capped at $20,000 for ratepayers and may have landed Australia's first Trump Tower.
It's great timing. The idea is going to be iconic. Obviously, it's going to be the tallest residential building in Australia.
Pictures show it built on the beach, but what about this road? Well, the Mayor has come up with one way around that.
If they want to put a tunnel there and then we bring the sand up, well, we can talk.
The Mayor says he doesn't have tunnel vision despite developer David Young being declared bankrupt twice.
He's in here with good company with the Trump organisation, so I think the project is going to come out of the ground nicely.
And rise 91 stories. It wouldn't be the tallest tower in Australia, not even the Gold Coast. It would be trumped by Southport's One Park Lane by 40 metres.
We are a long way off before even council consider anything.
Well, we all know this is never going to be built, right? Right? You know this is never going to happen. And we know it's not that high, but I'll get to that. Because you might think it's a good investment to spend $20,000 of ratepayers' money for Tom Tate to visit Trump, but it's all just a PR stunt. And nothing they say can be trusted. In fact, Eric Trump posted on Instagram that this will soon be the tallest building in Australia. That is simply not true. What's also not true from the artwork that's been done, and you saw it in that 7 News report, it's not on the beach. It's got a road in between it. Meanwhile, Tom Tate's having a laugh. He's spending $20,000 to go and visit Trump and have dinner with the president, lucky him, all at ratepayers' expense for a tower that is never going to be built. It is never going to see the light of... I've ignored this story for so long, but when I saw that report, I just had to call it out. And see this building here? Trump Tower is going to be smaller than it, right? So this, another lie. So we've had the lie of it being on the beach. We've had the lie about the tallness of it. It's a guy who's been bankrupt twice who's doing it. I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe they're just trying to get seed money and investors that are never going to see return. Have they even purchased the land? If you believe this, I've got some ice to sell you during winter. I mean, for God's sake, I can't believe. And the media eats it up, doesn't it? This has been making such headlines. And even that report, it made the point that it's not the highest tower, but didn't call it out. Can we bring that tweet up again, or the Instagram post, whatever it was, Amanda? This was Eric Trump. I am so proud to announce what will soon be the tallest building in Australia. No, it won't be. As that reporter said, it's not even the tallest building in the Gold Coast. Jesus Christ. Have you checked out the latest range of McKnight Tonight merch? You could look sexy in a t-shirt or even one of these caps. Or you can have a Rob's Rant with me every day by getting your own mug. but maybe you're the kind of person who prefers a back-end quickie. Well, you can get them all and more at McKnighttonight.myshopify.com. That's McKnighttonight.myshopify.com. Get some merch, help us out, and you'll look good doing it. Well, you better get some merch before I close down the shop. I can't just keep it open because it actually costs me money to keep the shop open. So I think the McKnighttonight.myshopify.com may have to close down soon. So get your merch now. All right, let's do this. All right. In actual fact, this is a bit like Trump's Tower because this one also fails the pub test. Victoria's Premier Jacinta Allen wakes up with 34,539 Instagram followers. By the end of the day, more than 88,000. Now that is a jump of 53,000 followers in 24 hours. And it's been called out because this is the problem. In the 2 weeks prior, she was gaining around 81 followers a day. 81. Then suddenly, in one day, 53,000. That's not growth. That's an event. Now, unless the Premier dropped a surprise Beyonce duet that we all missed, something doesn't add up. Now, her team, they say they didn't buy followers. Oh, no. And they've reported suspicious activity to Meta and asked for the accounts to be removed. They're even suggesting it could be a political dirty trick, a bot designed to flood the account and trigger spam detection. Now, the opposition leader, Jess Wilson, says the accusation is laughable. She's demanding the Premier rule out that not a single dollar of taxpayer money went towards buying followers. What a good call out. And has the Premier done it? Not that I'm aware of, but things can change and we'll see. Look, this is why people are sceptical. Because we've seen massive taxpayer-funded social media spending before. Even in Victoria, former Premier Daniel Andrews spent more than $1 million on Facebook advertising during his time in office. And that spend helped catapult his page to almost 1 million followers. Now, to be absolutely clear, there is no evidence right now that Jacinta Allen bought these followers. But it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. And there's also no evidence that the Liberals orchestrated a bot attack either. What does that even mean? That they were just trying to embarrass the Premier and make it look like she bought followers? I've got to say, 53,000 followers, it just doesn't appear out of thin air. Believe me, I know. In 2026, social media numbers, well, they're sort of like political currency. They're about perception, they're about influence, and they're about momentum. And when numbers spike like that, voters are right to ask questions. If it's a bot attack, show us the proof. If it's organic, show us how you did it. We'll all learn and we'll all do it. In politics, transparency matters. And right now, this whole thing looks more like an artificial inflation than a blue tick. So they've got to come real. And someone's decided to buy some followers, I'm sure of it. And they've been called out. And they must own up. That's Rob's rant. Well, it's all been going on in the royal family, hasn't it, with Prince Andrew and all the shenanigans there and the arrest and all the other stuff he's been caught up with the Jeffrey Epstein files and the emails. But what effect is it having on the king? There are concerns that his health is suffering because of it. I'll find out more with Melissa Hoyer, who's tapped into all this stuff. Also, I'm sure we can work up a back-end quickie, and I'll be getting to your feedback very shortly. But first, come on, let's go somewhere. Where would you like to go today? Because it is the Random Live Shot of the Day.
It's the Random Live Shot of the Day. Where are you going today? You'll never know where you'll end up with the Random Live Shot of the Day.
And now, the Random Live Shot of the Day. Today, we're in Devon in the UK at the Riverside Depot on the Seaton Tramway. Now, this is a narrow gauge electric tramway running through the Axe Valley, connecting the seaside town of Seaton with Colliford and Collyton. The original rail line closed back in 1966, but in 1970 it was reborn as a heritage tramway and now attracts around 80,000 visitors a year. 14 classic British-style tram cars operate along this 3-mile stretch of track, just 3 miles, some built from scratch, others restored from historic systems in London, Bournemouth and Exeter. And what you're seeing right now is the depot yard where trams will come when they finish their day's work. And of course, it is... What are you laughing at? Yeah, right where I go like that for a bit of an itch, and Amanda goes, "Oh, that's a good time to come back to him." Thanks, Dal. But as you can see up here, it is 10:20 in the morning there. It's a few seconds behind. It's actually 10:21 judging by my clock. 9:21 here in the evening. It's 10:21 in the morning over in the UK. All right, let's take a look at some feedback coming through to McKnight Tonight. We've got this one from Dylan. Happy McKnight Monday, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. I did, thank you, Dylan. Appreciate that. This one from Travis. I got my McKnight Tonight cap today. Someone stole my cap. Hang on. All I've got is... I don't have the cap, but I do have something. There we go. Now, why?
They're not on the website, by the way.
I don't know what's happened to my McKnight Tonight cap, but I don't know why I have a big wig, but I do.
Just in case.
Just in case. Have I even got it on the right way? Okay, good. All right. Clintos is the best. Says maybe for F100 we should all wear and show our McKnight Tonight merch. Absolutely. So you know how to do that. Go to McKnighttonight.myshopify.com. That's McKnighttonight.myshopify.com. We've got the movie cube asking who here thinks Jackie O isn't coming back. Well, you know what? I'm going to talk about that on Media McKnight tomorrow. So make sure you are tuned in for that one. And we will talk about that tomorrow. I've got a lot to debrief everyone on. Beck says, your daughter is looking gorgeous. She may be looking gorgeous, Beck, but she's a right terror who won't pay any attention to her dad. It's almost like she's as stubborn as me. Radio Notes podcast says, will Amanda be hosting this Thursday for International Women's Day as other media do switches for the day? I'm up for that. Do you want to host?
Not on your life.
Why not?
No, thank you.
It still works. It'd still be McKnight Tonight. Why?
Sorry, no.
Jasmine, do you want to host?
Actually, I can't. I'm busy on Thursday.
Oh, you can't on Thursday? Good chat. Good production meeting. Clintos is the best. Says, does anyone else sing? Is it just me or does anyone else sing to the McKnight Tonight theme song? Oh, I do all the time. It's my ringtone. We've got this one from Cameron. Trump Tower in the Gold Coast? Terrible idea. Don't worry, it'll never be built. Dylan says it's Trump's retirement home in the making. Yeah, I think you might be right there. Fair point, well made. Channel 7 always has an agenda, says Beck. I hate Channel 7 and I used to love them because they have depicted people on the NDIS as on the idea. They've depicted people on the NDIS as being on the NDIS when they don't need to be. You know what, Beck? They actually don't have an agenda, and I've worked across all the networks. There is no actual agenda, but that doesn't mean they don't take cheap shots like that you're quite right to call them out on. Clintos is the best. Says, at the time it felt like the media was the mouthpiece of the government for COVID vaccines. Celebrities who did not support the vaccines were blacklisted. It's true. And people had to end their careers as actresses and actors and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was be one of us or you're dead to us. Matthew says, if a mail truck has mail and a garbage truck has garbage, why is a fire truck not called a water truck? Oh, you know what? I used to have. There it is. Why isn't it called a water truck? That went well. Okay, we've got this from You're Crazy.
Smooth.
I know. I should practice these things. I firmly believe Tom Tate has crossed the line from a respectable public figure to something decidedly distasteful. I agree with you, and you're crazy. I completely agree with you. Andrew, hello, Andrew. I heard a little rumour McKnight tonight towels are on the cards. It's a great way. Everybody could wrap themselves in me. Like a nice... Beck says, hasn't Trump got enough towels? Towels. Got it on the mind now. Sorry. Beck says, hasn't Trump got enough towers? He's not president of Australia, thank God. Yes, but he builds towers and then they go bankrupt and so they move into someone else. Clintos is the best house. Pink wig? What the hell goes on in your garage, Rob? Yeah, honestly, you never know what I will just pull down from out here. I mean, I've got an Ethernet cable right here. All right, keep your feedback coming to youtube.com/@McKnight tonight. We'll have a few laughs, but we'll turn serious for a moment because we're going to talk royals with Melissa Hoyer. All right, you're watching McKnight tonight. More feedback soon and a back-end quickie.
You can show your support for the show by buying me a coffee. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/McKnight tonight. Every bit helps keep this show from our garage going.
Here comes McKnight tonight.
Well, is Andrew killing King Charles? The crisis surrounding Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is going from bad to worse, and his actions are having major effects on the royal family. Not only is Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein under the spotlight, and there are claims he gave sensitive documents to Epstein. That's what Andrew was arrested for, but he hasn't been charged yet. But now other personal details are coming to light. To explain what's going on, I'm joined by Melissa Hoyer. Melissa, welcome to McKnight Tonight.
Oh, it's a never-ending saga, this one, isn't it?
It's so true. And the headlines, they keep coming, don't they? Just this week, we learned Andrew charged taxpayers for massages and excessive travel costs. And now there are claims those massages included, well, happy endings. Just what toll is this taking on the royal family?
I mean, when you sort of add all of these things up, massages, I mean, the connection with Epstein is already horrific.
Yes.
I think initially we all do think, a lot of people are thinking, oh, that's the end of the royal family. But it won't be, because I guess if anything, it will make the existing members of the royal family kind of like stick together even more, do their job even sort of stronger, be seen to be more together when they are together. So in a strange way, it's kind of editing all the rubbish out of the existing royal family and possibly making the royal family that are the working royals kind of work closer and more in tandem together. So it's kind of just getting rid of what was already a very bad apple, sort of getting it out of the cart so the royal family can continue doing what it is supposed to do for its constituents, including Australia.
Well, it's not like it's the king that's surrounded in this Epstein controversy, is it? You know, Andrew is a little bit removed and has been the black sheep for a few years now.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. I mean, as soon as Charles's name was brought into the equation just a few days ago, that's when I think people did sit up and think, oh no, boy, if the king is now somehow associated in any way, that's when it could get really, really messy. But there's still no proof about that yet. I mean, there's but I think as we do go on, there probably will be, and this is alleged. There could be circumstances where other members of the royal family did know the extent of Andrew's involvement with Epstein. That proof has not been found yet, but if there was to be something absolutely found, within all of the millions and millions of papers, that could be really, really scary for King Charles and the royal family.
Now, we know that Charles has had some health issues. How is this crisis with Andrew affecting him health-wise?
Well, he hasn't ever come out and said boy, I am cancer free. I am back to full health. So I think we can already assume that things aren't fantastic on the health front with him. And let's face it, when you've got something that has gone on like this now with the black sheep brother, you can't help but think that would just play so badly with his existing health problems. So yeah, it's certainly not playing well at all. And even when you do see King Charles in situ, you think he just doesn't look as though he's that lovely, strong, healthy man that we were seeing 5-6 years ago.
Let me ask you about this, because the fallout surrounding Andrew has been big, but it's now affecting his daughters, with Princesses Beatrice and Eugene banned from attending Royal Ascot and reportedly no longer allowed in royal photos. Is that fair on them?
Well, as soon as I saw that headline about them being not allowed to Ascot, which is one of the Ascot racing season is one of the ultimate royal sort of socialite seasons. So, and they have always loved it. They have gone a lot, and there's been amazing shots over the years with the sisters in some pretty horrific hats over the years. But for them not to be going and to be actually told, no, you cannot go, I'd be, if I were them, I'd be beyond furious. And that actually really surprised me, because they can't be blamed for their father's behaviour.
They're not responsible for the sins of the father.
This is it. There's not one ounce of responsibility, within them. But it's unfortunate that they are now being affected because of what their dad has allegedly done. So I actually found that headline really sort of quite sad. And let's hope they weren't aware of some of the crap that their father had been up to, because I think as children, you don't, no one wants to see their mother or their father involved in this, and both Sarah and Andrew are both coming out so incredibly badly in this, and as the children of theirs, they must be just horrified.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake for the royal family to take this this attitude that, well, we just don't want anything to do with that side of the family. As I said, you can't blame the daughters for the sins of the parents. And look, there's according to the emails, Fergie was heavily involved with Jeffrey Epstein, but you cannot blame these kids for that.
Not at all. The kids should not be involved in the equation at all. They even though they were alive and well when all this stuff was allegedly happening, they had nothing to do with it. So I think to have made that stand with the Ascot example, to say, no, you cannot come to the races because of that, I think that's pretty unfair. Yeah. But then on the other hand, I can understand the existing royal family not wanting to be sort of, seen in the company of the tainted sisters, because, it's not good for the look of the royal family. I
don't know. I'd think more of them if they said, look, what the parents have done, appalling, but, we're not going to make them pay for it. Andrew, he just seems very entitled, doesn't he? When he was arrested, he said, you can't arrest me. And reportedly, he said, you can't arrest me. I'm the Queen's son.
The entitlement, all round is just beyond. And some of the memes that have come out about this have been extraordinary. Just the entitlement that he thinks that, number one, he's done nothing wrong. And then the fact that he is the brother of the king. That assumption that you can't get me because I am who I am. No, honey, when the cops come to get you, on something that is potentially an incredibly damaging and potentially a situation that he could end up in jail, no one cares who you are. Absolutely not.
Is there ever, 20 years from now, if he's still alive, is there ever a way back for Andrew into the royal family?
Not in a hope in hell, not in the slightest way. We know we've looked at sort of redemption stories of celebrities in the past, but this is another ball game, because this is a man that, number one, has absolutely has no recognition of what he has been involved in. Yeah. He has, the entitlement, as you said, is just astounding. And really, his contribution to the royal family over the last couple of decades was pretty much nil anyway, because if he was, this envoy job that he had, that was just really feeding his own, financial coffers and his own sort of ego. So it's not as if he was contributing something. So no, there's no way he will end up in any way at all involved with the royal family. Not at all.
And he's still complaining about the house he's been downgraded to. Geez, I could do with a downgrade like that.
So could I, quite happily. In the country, surrounded by horses, I'd be really happy.
Melissa Hoyer, your insights are invaluable. Thank you so much for joining us
Pleasure,
on McKnight
Rob.
Tonight.
Thank you.
McKnight Tonight. McKnight Tonight. McKnight Tonight. Here comes McKnight Tonight.
Well, there is some good news. Jasmine has just put this on the corner of my table. We have found a McKnight Tonight cap in the bowels of the McKnight Tonight studios. So don't forget, you can go to McKnightTonight.myshopify.com. We are shameless, Amanda. You had that super up before I mentioned it. I think you could easily fit in here doing the topics and the plugs and everything like that on Thursday. Otherwise, for International Women's Day, I'm going to have to put on this pink wig and host the show.
That's a better idea.
Hello, I'm Roberta. Welcome to McKnight Tonight, where every opinion is my opinion and it's the right opinion. Time for a back... Nothing? All right, we're done with that. All right, let's do this. It's time for a back-end quickie. Maybe you'll like this more.
It's time for a back-end quickie.
It's always tough when you try something and you get crickets in the studio, I'll tell you that much. You know what it's like as a parent when you try to send your kids off to school and you want to get that perfect school photo. It's school photo day and you're trying to get them dressed and revved up, but sometimes it goes wrong.
Show me how you're going to smile for your picture. Say cheese. Did you say cheese? Yeah. Show me. Cheese.
Show me how you're going to smile for picture day.
Cheese.
You said cheese? How for your school picture?
Cheese.
Let me see. Okay. Why?
Oh.
Why?
Show me how to smile.
Child, they're going to say cheese. How are you going to do it?
Oh, that's the best. Meanwhile, it's amazing we are still streaming because Jasmine's dog Sansa is in the garage and has stolen the wig, so I can't get the wig, and now is chewing on our cord. So if we go off air prematurely, you'll know why. Is everything all right over there, Jasmine? You are who's on her hands and knees trying to get the
We've taken the cables out of her mouth. It's all good.
We're very professional here at McKnight Tonight. All right, let's have a final look at some feedback coming through to McKnight Tonight. And we've got this one from Jimmy, who says, I was hoping the random live shot of the day would be the future Trump Tower site at the Gold Coast. Nice idea. I didn't think of that. We've got this one from Beck. I feel for Prince Charles and for the family. I can't imagine what the family must be going through. So true, so true. We've got this one from Clintos is the bestos. We have come a long way from the days Fergie got busted for having a toe sucked. Yeah, believe it or not, that was the lamest thing they were doing. We've got this one from Own Your Crazy. Whatever people make of Andrew, his greatest gift to the world are his daughters, and they deserve better. From the father and from the public. So true. Thank you, Own Your Crazy. We got the, yes, I've got the dog. Matthew says, sounds more like a cult than a family. And we've got this one. Clintos says, have you got that? Clintos is the bestos. He says, dog in the studio, alert, alert, another Graham Kennedy viral moment. There it is. Yes, we do have the dog in the studio. Hello, Sansa. You're trying to cause chaos. You're usually much more relaxed at this time of night while we're doing the show, but not tonight. as we can see. I should put the wig on her. That brings us to the end of McKnight Tonight. Thanks for your company tonight. It's been a lot of fun having your company. We get a bit crazy here sometimes. But yeah, Sansa's doing very well when I'm not having to pick up the poo that she's dropped in the house. But she's been pretty good, hasn't she, Jazz? She's been pretty good. All right, say goodnight, Sansa. Say, goodnight from McKnight. See ya.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose.